Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel again. In our last visit here, we had a package from Washington State Picker, and I picked one of his challenge locks. I believe the lock's name was Almost Factory. It was a nice old use of a Corbin, and it was a fun little lock. But today is about Cameron Dunn's package. So let's go ahead and see what he stuck in here for us. I went ahead and sliced it open and pre-scored the tape so I can get it open a little bit quicker. So let's go ahead and pull everything out of here. Whew, lots of locks. All right, a little bit of packing material I can toss off to the side. And Ruby's still talking to us. I know she was talking to us in the last couple of videos, and she's over here talking again. So let's look at this first lock. Another lock from Washington State Picker. Sinister book. It's a Sergeant with a probably an LA keyway. Yeah, it's got LA on the key. So I probably won't pick that one since the last lock I picked was a Washington State Picker lock. I've got one from Average Picker here. It's called Frick. Very, very nice. I like to call a lock Frick every once in a while. So awesome stuff. A lock from K1. I've not seen this particular label, so that means I have not seen this particular lock in my hands. This is from a Caw-Near. Caw-Near was a, or might still be, a top-of-the-line commercial storefront manufacturer. But a little 5-pin lock here. Reminiscent of, oh, it is a Russell keyway, so there we go. So that's a cool little lock. We've got one from, it says kind of an Asa Abloy key. I've never seen a key with that shape before. I can't really pronounce that maker either. So, Vachette, maybe. It's called Peacemaker from my buddy Steel Pinnings. I've had a lot of locks of his not too long ago. Should be a good one. That's a tight little keyway too. Very tight little keyway. So I might have to use a 15 thou and pick from this ledge. And that's a good bidding too. Awesome lock. This is from Turk Matt. It is a Yale. It's got a bad key, pulled down to open, Turk Matt number 16. So I could probably just rotate the key a little bit or jiggle it around and it will eventually open. There we go. Yeah, just got it turned counterclockwise. So the key will work. There it goes clockwise. I don't think it's a bad key as much as it is maybe a T-pin or something hanging up. I've seen that happen plenty of times. But I've not seen this one, so that should be a fun one. So thanks again, Cameron. I've got a Russ one here. Cameron Dunn, number 40. He pinned this one up back in October. And that is a, good Russ one keyway. Pretty tough keyway, actually, because they're generally a little bit on the tight side. You can't get a pick from the bottom all the way up. Not a bad bidding. So should be a nice hard lock. I've got a quick set here. It's called, ooh, Shiny, because it is a shiny lock. And it's also by Cameron Dunn. And it might help if I pull the key out with it in the right position. Maybe. If it, I don't know, did I have it? If the key wants to come out. There we go. Yeah. Nice, shiny, brand new quick set. Being so new, it actually might be a tough little challenge lock. And it's, at the rate the key's hanging up a little bit, there might be some special sauce in there, so we'll definitely see. And then right here I've got it's Nitrogen number 27. Oh, by Jason Carlson. I've not personally seen this lock, but it should be a fun one. It's got a Schlage keyway, a interesting little keychain. So that one will be easy to identify, wouldn't it? So let's put that one back in the bag. And we'll grab one of these awesome Cameron Dunn locks and see if we can get her picked. So, yeah, let's go with the shiny because, ooh, shiny. And I haven't, guys, you've probably been seeing these two locks back there. I've not forgot about them. One's from Julian Latour, and the other one's actually a Fast Charlie lock. Both of them have been getting me fits. I've got them both picked, but I just can't seem to pick them on camera. But that's for another day and another $1. Just let both of them know that those locks are still sitting here, almost to wind up in my naughty bucket for a little bit. That being a quick set, I'd like to try that hook and a 50 thousandths pry bar. I'm just tighten down this pretty good. Still got some flop. And let's go to town on ooh shiny. 3 was my first binder. Just give me a click and went away. 5 is binding. Don't know what the story is with 5 there, so I'm just resetting it. It kept giving me a bunch of clicks, but was still binding the whole time. Let's go ahead and go to reverse. Okay, 3 was still my first binder. This time 4's binding. No, I'm not trusting that. This being such a new lock, turning in a challenge lock, definitely sharper edges, definitely a little bit more crunchy. Okay, here's 1. Several clicks there. Pin 2. Pin 3. Nothing on 4. Got 1 little click out of 5, so let's come back through the stack. A little click from 1, nothing on 2, nothing on 3, nothing on 4, another little click from 5. I'm in a little bit of a false set now. So let's go back through the stack again. 1, nothing on 2, nothing on 3, nothing on, well, maybe a tiny bit of counter rotation on 4. So let's feel them again real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I think that's some counter on 4. Let's go with it. Got a little click. Got another little click out of 5. Back through the stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing. Back through the stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think maybe 4 is giving me a little bit of feedback again. I'm not real sure. Okay. It's back to 1. There's a little click from 2. 3. Put me in a deeper false set, and there we go. That opened us right on up. Nice little sharp clicks. The sharp clicks are really fun, in my opinion. They kind of let you know that you've done something. And they're a little less frustrating once you know that you've done something. So let's go ahead and take this back off here. All right, I will need, pick a follower, any follower. Let's go with this guy. I didn't feel any T-pins. Definitely some nice sharp threads in 1 and 5. So let's go ahead and dump these out. And number 2 is a little bit of a trap. Big old long tapered pin. All right, so there's the plug. I got threads in 1 and 5. I guess I might as well just go ahead and put all this in frame here. And then for the top of the lock, I've got serrated. Oop, with a steel spring that's trying to roll away. Serrated. And that's a step down T-pin. Let's go ahead and pull these other ones out from the back. Okay. All right. Doesn't look like any threading's been done to the top. These are pretty easy to thread. These caps just pop off with very little provocation. Really easy to tap these, but I don't see any in there. So let's go ahead and look at these pins that Cameron Dunn stuck in here. Let's get that off there and slide these down. Get these turned around. Here we go. All right, so in chamber 1, you can see I've got a single serration for the key pin, multiple varying serrations, nice sharp ones for the driver. It's got a steel spring. I've got a very long tapered pin in chamber 2 with a serrated pin above it. It's got a copper spring with a extra coil in the middle. I've got a single serrated for 3 with a very nicely machined wedding cake. I mean, very, very even tiers. And that's got a steel spring. For 4, I've got a serrated and then another serrated. And it's kind of hard to tell, but this serrated driver, from the angle I'm holding it, it's hard to tell, but it is. Let me see if I can. Here, I'll set this down and I'll bring it closer to the camera. Come on. There we go. Maybe. There we go. All right, you guys can tell that is actually a serrated mushroom spool. So, very nice. And then I've got another combination of serrated with a serrated. Nice deep serrations. So, Cameron, that was a nice lock. It was fun to pick. Thank you for sending me this lock along with all of these other locks, man. I really appreciate it. And I wasn't really expecting it. I don't remember if you ever said you were going to send me locks or not. I mean, it's been a little while since I've been emailing with you. But thank you very much, sir. I highly appreciate it. And everyone else, have a wonderful holiday season. And if you see a lock out there in the wild and you don't have the key for it, don't stick a pick in it. It's not worth the trouble.